Paul, Nat again, not in his knacker's yard, Nat in his car, about to pick up a zip car. I'm a couple of minutes early actually, which is why I've thought I'd burn a couple of minutes talking rubbish. So where am I? I am same place, Colindale, for a pickup. I'm going to go to Luton, pick up the next project. Really, it's too cheap to say no to, frankly. It should keep my garage stocked. So what I'm trying to do now is just keep one bike, one scooter going as projects. It's nicer to just have one project, but I do quite enjoy being able to just jump off it when it pisses me off. Yeah, I'm going to try and keep that going throughout. So I'm going to be chocker tonight because the JPS ER5 isn't getting picked up till Tuesday. I'm out all day tomorrow, so I'm taking the day off work and go see the family. Also my birthday, so happy birthday, Nat. And England will be celebrating for me and with me because all the pubs are opening as well. So I think most of England is going to be pretty pissed. And there we have the end result of a fair amount of driving around. It's a Phaser 600, or it was. Yeah, that was an experience pickup. When I pulled up at the meeting place, and there were 3 guys there with an average weight of around 16 stone. Danny, you would have got on well with them, mate, because they spoke your language, because I almost needed a translator. But yeah, nice enough guys, but yeah, that was a little bit. Also giving it 10 pence, 50 pence. So what we got? 02 plate, stolen recovery. I think the guys recovered it, and yeah, I don't like to think of the state of the guy that nicked it, because yeah, I wouldn't fuck around with them. Yeah, it's ratty as hell, but frankly, for 250 quid, which is what I paid for it, happy enough. We got tyre looks about dead. Chain don't look too bad. Spokes don't look too bad. Needs cleaning, needs oiling. It's been off the road for 4 years. Carbs look pretty shocking, but there's no real surprise there, I don't think. They reckon they fried the battery trying to jump it from a car. I just stuck my jump leads on it. And it tries, but they also reckon it's flooded, so I'm not going to try too hard. It does turn over, lots of clicks and lots of farts, but I don't want to try it too much, because if it has flooded, it's got petrol in the oil. Where's the oil? It's dark, it's too dark to see. Right, next project. It's already fairly ratty. I think I'm going to make it rattier. Right, that'll do me. Cheers all. Nice short one. Bit of an intro to RatBoy, the Phaser. Cheers all. Catch you later. Right, morning all. It's the morning after the night before. Happy birthday to me. I'm just about to jump on the diversion and go and visit the folks down in Kent. But I thought we'd have a quick look in daylight at the next project. Why did I get it? I got it because it was dirt cheap. It's a lot of bike for the money. Yeah, and the bits that, yeah. So let's have a look. Twin discs, blue spot brakes, which are really good. I've got them on my diversion. It's a bit of a cheap, relatively cheap and easy upgrade. Braided hoses throughout. I don't know if that's standard, which is nice. The forks look dirty, but okay. I've just cleaned off the forks and given it a bounce a couple of times just to check on the fork seal status. I think they might be all right. You know, they are damp, but I think that might just be a clean. But I might get away with a clean on those. The forks themselves aren't too pitted, little bit up top, but nothing that won't clean out. The whole front is weird because the it's been street fired at some point, obviously, or naked conversion, whatever you want to call it. It's all very low and you're kind of obscured. So I will have a look at that. I wonder if it might just be angled wrong. Yeah, better angle that and push it up and hoik it up over the ignition, which no longer exists. Hot wired, yeah, fine, but it is hot wired up the top. My concern was, oops, I did get power through actually. Well, although that battery is shagged by all accounts. Yeah, oh, half a horn. Half a horn. Yeah, so if I'm getting a new lock set for it, it should just plug in. Now, I've not ordered it yet because I want to take the tank off and just check that the terminal ends of that are fine, but it should just be a plug and play if that's the case. Levers, fine, aftermarket, don't like them, but they work, they're great, not a problem. The bit that I'm really surprised about is the engine itself, visually, appears to be in decent nick. Been nicely painted. I don't know if it came painted, but yeah, it looks actually quite good. Got the airbox, so no pissing around with pods, which is brilliant for me. You can't see it on this side, but on the other side, on the low side, there is varnishing around the seal of the float bowl, which to me means they're just shagged and minging. Now, this has not been MOT for 4 years, so that's not surprising. So first bit of expenditure last night, I ordered a carb rebuild kit for it. Start the basics and work out is my general opinion. The rest of it, exhaust is fine, apart from the end of the baffle, which has had, I don't know, something hit it. Don't know, can't quite work that out. Not sure what I'm going to do with that. It's probably a new exhaust, frankly, but the rest of it's in quite good nick. Although, obviously, good luck getting a passenger foot on that. I hadn't noticed that. Yeah, it's all just a bit. That'll be why. Because it is hanging on for grim life, but you're not going to get a passenger on the back with that little setup. Actually, come to look at it, that's had a thump. It's probably been dropped on itself when it was off. But yeah, I'll have a look at that. Might even be salvageable by cutting off the dodgy bit. Don't know. Have a think. Yeah, tyres pretty minimal. Paint job is fucking atrocious. Yeah. Wiring doesn't look too toyed with. All I did last night was change the fuse in the solenoid, and I got some action out of it. Out of 20 amp fuse that had blown, not surprising because it's a 30 amp fuse, or it certainly is on just about every other starter solenoid that I've come across. That is not the original blue, surely. Oh well, we'll see. It's another hinged affair like the SV650, which is interesting because they give you just enough space to get annoyed and not enough space to do anything. It has had some dodgy tape chucked on it at some stage or another. Always good carbon fibre tape. Looks horrendous from the second you put it on, in my humble opinion. Yeah, so what? I'm happy with that. A brief bit of expenditure on the carbs. First action is going to be on those carbs. So it's probably going to be the weekend now. The fuel don't smell too bad actually. Bit of light rust around the top, but nothing that can't be sorted. Obviously that lock's broken, but it'll be a fresh one. Yeah, so it's going to be fuel out, tank off, carbs off. While the tank's off, I'll have a look at that ignition set, see whether or not that's just a straight plug and play. I'm hoping it is, and frankly it looks like it is. Not disastrous if it isn't, but it just makes life considerably easier. I know it takes power through. That rear shock doesn't look too bad. Swing arm don't look bad. No major gashes out of the wheels. Nobody's tried to bunny hop up curbs with it. Mudguard is okay if a little loose, but I'm sure I can sort that out. Yeah, don't look too bad all in all. Let's give it a whirl and see what happens. It's ugly as hell and I actually quite like it. Because it's ugly as hell. I've worked with some really quite beautiful bikes of late, and it's nice to get back to something that needs some love. And actually, I think RatBoy here has just been neglected and maybe thrashed around a little bit as well. Right, cool. That'll do me. I'm going to jump on the bike and spend my birthday with my family, and then come back and spend it with my own family, my close family, I should say, and do presents and stuff, because it's really not time before school. Right, cheers all, catch you later, have a good one. Right, so Kenton back, saw the folks, lovely, thoroughly enjoyed it. Yeah, good 2 hours there, 2 hours back, probably 2 hours at meeting the family. But worth it. I got soaking on the way back. Dave is an absolute star. I do have some tinkering to do with it, but yeah, beautiful bike. Right, so while I'm working on the goodwill and trading in, it's my birthday, I thought I'd do what I can. So what I'm going to do is change the oil, or at least get rid of the old oil on here. So, oops, popped out my frame. Let's see what we got. I've got the bike slung from the ceilings. There's no centre stand on this, which to me is a really good excuse to buy a paddock stand. I've wanted one for a while, but I haven't really needed one because I've been lucky and the bikes I've had have all their centre stands. But this looks massively overfilled to me. And as dark as you like, so that's justified doing it. Let me get a cloth because it's going everywhere. Ouch, bang me head on the handlebars. Yeah, that is some really quite old and crappy oil going on there. Look at that. Nasty. Now, you should really get rid of your oil warm, but if you've not got a warm engine, that's quite difficult, or the ability to warm an engine. The filter, if you can see it actually, not really. Maybe. Filter looks quite new, and it's a high flow filter as well, which is nice. I wanted to replace it, I think, but not now. I'm just going to chuck some oil in because I want to give it a go. Yeah, it's a bit of a waste chucking some oil in, but I've got some, so why not? Right, so there is, I don't know what the capacity of this is, but this is nearly full. I think you could guess there's too much oil in there. I'm slightly concerned I'm going to overflow. No, it'll be alright. But that's what, a 5 litre pot, there's no way it's a 5 litre oil capacity. But, you know, it was 2/3 of the way up the window. On its side, and each of the window just disappeared as soon as you put it upright. So, as usual, and as is Charlie the motorcycle rescuer, his pet hate over full oil. No crush. If you can see that, no crush washer on the oil plug either. So I'm going to let that drain. I've got a whole stash of crush washers. Find one of those that fits, bang it back on, and just flush through some bog standard oil. I'll probably have to do another change, but you know, let's get this in. I want to see if I can get it turning. Right, cool. Right, I've just checked up. It's supposed to be 2.5 litres or 2.7 if it's a new filter. That's closer to 4, I think. Oh well, right, let's get rid of that safely. Oh, top tip that. I can't remember where I saw it, but cutting an old bottle in, cutting the side out means I can now pour that into my waste oil pots straight off that, which is pretty cool. Right, cool, happy. Right, for shits and giggles, I've attached my jumper box. I'm deliberately trying to keep you away from the hot wiring bit because I don't really want to advertise stuff like that, but what have I got? I've got a light. I don't know if that's a brake light or a rear light. It looks too bright to be a rear light, it looks to me to be a brake light. Can't see if there's any difference. Have I got anything else? I've had indicators before, but I don't seem to anymore. Dash lights up. Headlights work. Sorry, I'm doing all this over here. And you really can't see, can you? Let's just whip you off that for now. So, I've got, let's try, I've got a left indicator at the back, and down at the front. I've got a kind of a right indicator, and at the front, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah. Indicators work on the dash as well. I've got light, let me just turn that light out, that's just confusing me at the moment. I've got headlights, I don't have side light. I've got headlight, got dipped main beam. There seems to be a great deal of difference between the two. Have I got the horn? I've got the horn. I've got hazards if I hold the button in. It doesn't clip on, clip off. Oh yes it does. I've got hazards. I've got hazards that I now can't turn off. Button stuck. I'll sort that out in a minute. Let's bang some WD-40 down it. Right, let's see if I can get a start out of it. Let's hook you back up on the shebang. Right, I'm just going to stop you for a second and see if I can turn those hazards off. In a simple answer to turning hazards off, no I can't. But right, let's see if I can. Big noise button does anything. It tries. Burn that fuse out. Good to tell. Doesn't look like it to me. Right, so it's doing something. Right, comforting because it's trying. Now I mentioned earlier about the carbs. Yeah, that's my charger building up charge and all that clicking. That's what I was on about. So that says to me Yeah, that smells of varnish. So that is just overflow. So where it's been sat on its side, it's just trashed it. But we can give it a go, can't we? We can give it a go. Right, I think I'm basically, I've been kicked out of my kitchen because I think the kids are making something birthday cake-ish. So while I'm evicted, I might just, what am I going to do? I want to whip the tank back because I want to see about the hot wiring job that I'm desperately trying not to show you. Let's have a look. Right then, so under the tank we've got a lovely little plastic box with all the terminations from the front, which is really handy. Now, following the hot wire that I'm trying not to show you cable, I'm probably failing, goes up and into there. I'm not sure which one yet. I've tried a bit of chasing, but I don't want to piss around too much. That's fine, because that's leading into there. There will be a socket, and now the lock set that I've seen, or the ignition set and lock set, has a socket on the end. So it looks like it says tempting fate, I should be able to just buy the lock set and it will plug in, which is handy with a capital H. I've got the tank, excuse me, long day, kind of slung up here. I didn't want to push it too far back. There's quite a lot of fuel in here actually, and I don't want to, that's not going to present that much of a barrier, and it's all going to slosh everywhere. Right, I've gone for jumper cables onto an old battery that is okay but not great. I'm still all slung up there. Let's go for a bit of a confidence test. So go for a turnover. Let me just check that I've got power without trying to, yeah, obnoxious horn. That sounds good to me. I'm adamant it's not going to go anywhere because that carb is just, I'm sure, full of crud, because some of the crud has come out of it over the top. Right, happy. I am gonna, what am I going to do? I'm going to knock it on the head. I haven't really got a lot of working room. Dave's, bless him, getting soaking out there. The JPS disappears tomorrow. When Christ, I've shattered. When it gets picked up, gives me a little bit more play space in here. Things I need to do, I probably need to order a new battery, but I'm happy running off the bodge at the moment. I need to empty that before it empties itself onto my garage floor at some point. I need to take the battery out, and I need to get to the carbs, but not yet. I'm not in a rush. The rebuild kit isn't here yet. I could strip it and see if I can just sort what's there, but frankly that says to me that whatever's in there is probably pretty rubbish by now, but we shall see. What I could do is I could undo the drain and just see what's in there. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Slight change of plan, been summoned in for birthday stuff, so cheers all, thanks for watching, I will catch you later. Ta-da!
Thank you.